Hello, students. Today we are going to read an exciting poem, which is poem number one from your English Fairy textbooks. The name of the poem today is Cookies for Santa. So let's talk about Santa and cookies and Christmas. So this poem is about all these exciting things. So, students, tell me, when is Christmas? You remember your Christmas holidays, right? So, Christmas is on 25th of December. So, in this poem, we learn about Santa and cookies and Christmas trees and present and all those exciting things. So, before beginning the poem, let's read a little and let's know a little about the poet of the poem, who is Ken Nesbitt. So, what does a poet mean? A poet means a person who have written the poem. So Ken Nesbitt has written the poem Cookies for Santa, so automatically he becomes the poet of the poem. So Ken Nesbitt is an American poet. So Ken Nesbitt is from America, who writes humorous poems for children. So tell me, students, what does humorous means? Humorous means something really funny, which you can read and laugh and enjoy with. Okay, so you can have fun with. So his first poetry book, My Foot Fell Asleep, was published in 1998. He lives in Spokane, Washington, with his wife Anne and his son Max and his daughter Madison. So the poet lives with his family in Washington, which is USA. So let's read the summary of the poem. So, what is this poem about? This poem, like we earlier talked, is about Christmas and Santas and how poet makes all these delicious cookies and he eats them one by one and he finishes them off before Santa could even eat them. And he has baked those cookies for Santas, right? But Santa has no cookies left. Only a dish is left, which is totally empty. And in the end, the poet justifies why he ate all those cookies. That means the poet gives an excuse. So he ate all those cookies, right? He did something really bad. He shouldn't have been so much greedy. So that is why he justifies, he gives reason to his readers. That means we are reading the poem, so we are the readers of the poem. So he gives us reasons why he ate all of these cookies and none of them are left for Santa. Okay, so let's read the summary. Cookies for Santa is a Christmas poem by Ken Nesbitt. The poem talks about his preparations for welcoming Santa. He baked a dozen cookies. That means he baked 12 cookies. A dozen means 12. So he baked 12 cookies, but he ate them all one by one. In the poem, the poet justifies why he eats up all his cookies. So, like we said, he gives us reason. We'll know the reason when we read the poem. Ultimately, nothing was left for Santa. All which was remaining was a empty dish. The poem ends with the poet's justification. That means poet's reason that regarding why Santa shouldn't eat all the cookies. So like you see on the screen, these cookies are very delicious. On Christmas Eve, all the families, we bake these cookies. Why do we bake them? We bake them to celebrate Christmas and to give them for Santa. But have you ever thought, why do we give cookies to Santa? Exactly, because Santa on the Christmas Eve, that means the Christmas night, late in the night, he comes down the chimney to give us, what does Santa give us? Santa gives us a lot of presents, right? Like you can see on the screen, Santa has a lot of presents in his bag. Okay, so he comes down the chimney and he gives us presents. So when he visits our home, we leave cookies and milk for Santa so that he could sit and enjoy while he gives us presents. So let's read the poem. I baked a dozen cookies and I put them on a plate and I set them out for Santa Claus, except for one I ate. So in the first stanza of the poem, that means we can't call it paragraph like we call paragraphs in story. In poems, we call it a stanza. Okay, in the first stanza, the poet bakes a dozen cookies. That means he bakes 12 cookies for Santas and he arranges them nicely on a plate. Okay, and then he sets him out for Santa Claus so he can come to my home, come to a poet's home, and he can enjoy those cookies. But the poet thinks, I have 12 cookies, right? So nothing is gonna happen if I eat just one cookie, right? Okay, so the poet eats one cookie. That cookie was amazing and I couldn't quite resist. So I ate another one that I was sure would not be missed. So in the second stanza, the poet is telling us the cookie he ate earlier in the first stanza, it was very amazing. Amazing means superb. It was delicious and I couldn't quite resist. That means he couldn't control himself. He just wanted to eat one more. So he had 12 cookies. So poet thought if I ate only 2 cookies, there are still many cookies left, right? There are still 10 cookies left. So there are still many cookies for Santa. So 2 cookies wouldn't be missed. So Santa wouldn't notice, 2 cookies are less. So the poet ate 2 more cookies. Okay. The word meanings of the first 2 stanzas are except means other than. If I have 10 and I ate 1 cookie, so that means except. I ate 1 cookie except 10 cookies. Amazing means excellent, superb, quite really. In this meaning, quite is really, but don't confuse it with quiet. That means silent. That quiet is Q-U-I-E-T. That means quiet, please. Your teacher always tells you, right, to keep silence. Resist means not be able to control to, not be able to stop oneself from doing something. Let's read the second and the fourth stanza, third and the fourth stanza of the poem. I knew it wouldn't matter if I only ate one more. Then I gobbled up another one. Why not? That's only 4. So, like we read earlier in the first and second stanza, the poet has already ate 2 cookies from a dozen cookies. But he thought there are still many cookies left and it wouldn't matter. That means Santa wouldn't care if he ate one more cookie, right? So he gobbled up another one. So what is the meaning of gobbled up? Ate very quickly. Why not? That's only 4. So yeah, he ate only 4 cookies. There are still 8 cookies remaining. I accidentally dropped another couple on the ground. I knew Santa wouldn't want them, so I swiftly scarfed them down. So while he was eating, he was gobbling up the cookies. That means he was eating the cookies very fast. He accidentally, that means by mistake, he dropped 2-3 cookies. A couple means 1 or 2 cookies on the ground. He knew Santa wouldn't eat those fallen cookies, right? So he swiftly scarfed them down. That means he quietly gulped them down of his throat. He quietly ate them. So the word meanings of third and fourth stanzas are gobbled up. That means ate very quickly. Accidentally means something done by mistake, which we did not mean. By mistake it happened. He dropped some cookies. Swiftly means quickly at very high speed. Scarfed. He swiftly scarfed. That means he quickly ate all the cookies. So the next stanzas are: another couple disappeared. I may have eaten those, though I couldn't say for certain, but I guess that's how it goes. I figured four was likely more than Santa Claus wouldn't need, so I polished off another few with unexpected speed. So, in the first stanza on this page, we can say another couple disappeared. That means one or two cookies disappeared. That means the poet ate it. It was vanished. I may have eaten those. That means the poet must have eaten them too. Though he couldn't say for certain, that means he couldn't give any more reason why is he eating all these cookies. He's telling us this is how it goes. I mean, I just ate it and I don't have any reason. So I figured 4 was likely more than Santa Claus would need. So from 12 cookies, poet ate down 8 cookies. Those are a lot of cookies. But he thought that Santa Claus is very fat. So four cookies are enough for him. He can still be happy. So I polished off another few with unexpected speed. Polished off means he just took those cookies and ate them like he did with rest of the 8 cookies. Before I knew what happened, all the damage had been done. Before the poet realized that he ate all those cookies and none of them are remaining, he was sorry that the damage had been done. Now there are no cookies left for Santa. All 1 dozen cookies, that means 12 cookies, poet just ate it. And he realized accidentally he had eaten every one. So by mistake, was it a really mistake though? He knew he had 12 cookies on the plate, but he was very greedy and he ate them all one by one. So it was not really an accident. Guess it's best since Santa sort of needs to watch his weight. When he visits us this Christmas, I sure hope he likes the plate. So he had arranged 12 cookies on a very good plate, right? None of those cookies are left. But he's justifying. Let's see, in the beginning of the poem, we talked about poet justifying his eating all those cookies, right? So in the last stanza, the poet is justifying his reason. That means why he ate all those cookies and how it is good for Santa. As we saw, when we see a Santa Claus, we always seem very fat, right? He's always chubby, chubby, fat, fat Santa Claus, right? So he's very fat. So poet thought that cookies will just make him fat. So Santa really needs to watch his weight. That means he needs to care about his weight. So he shouldn't eat a lot of cookies. So that's how he's justifying that Santa needs to lose weight. So that's why he ate all the cookies, all 12 cookies. Later he says, when he visits us this Christmas, I sure he likes the plate. Now there was 12 cookies on the plate. Cookies are gobbled up by the poet. So only plate is remaining. So the poet is like, when Santa comes to drop off the poet's presents, he thinks, he's very sure and he hopes that Santa would like the plate. But tell me, would Santa really like the empty plate? I don't think so. So the poet's justification is just an excuse. So what poet did was wrong. He should have kept cookies for Santa. So we finished the explanation of the poem. I hope by now you have understood the whole poem. The poet's intentions, the poet's justification was totally wrong. The poet was very greedy and he shouldn't have ate all those cookies. He should have let a little bit of cookies for Santa, right? Okay, so let's read the poem, which is Cookies for Santa. I baked a dozen cookies and I put them on a plate and I set them out for Santa Claus, except for one I ate. The cookie was amazing and I couldn't quite resist. So I ate another one that I was sure would not be missed. I knew it wouldn't matter if I only ate one more. Then I gobbled up another one. Why not? That's only four. I accidentally dropped another couple on the ground. I knew Santa wouldn't want them, so I swiftly scarfed them down. Another couple disappeared. I may have eaten those, though I couldn't say for certain, but I guess that's how it goes. I figured four was likely more than Santa Claus would need, so I polished off another few with unexpected speed. Before I knew what had happened, all the damage had been done, and I realized I'd accidentally eaten every one. I guess it's best since Santa sort of needs to watch his weight. When he visits us this Christmas, I sure he likes his plate. So, students, today we have completed the poem number 1, which is Cookies for Santa. I hope you've understood and enjoyed it. Thank you.